Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Seiko Starcraft back with the deciding game number 5 between Liquid TLO and Bomber on Altar's Name Stronghold. Large map. We'll see if we get some cool action here. This has been a fantastic series so far. I've really been enjoying this. And TLO's been playing out of his mind. The last game there in Game 3, Game 4, he just about clawed his way back into the game with some really sick plays. Just turned out so well. And Bomber did that really crazy, massive doom drop that got killed by his own Widow Mines. But besides that, TLO was so close to coming back into that until lost most of his Mutaflock and one bad control move. And yeah, that's how it works in TvZ. You need that Mutaflock. It's too expensive to remake. You lose all that, and you don't have a huge bank. You're essentially toast. You can't shut down drops. You can't pick off Widow Mines. You're in a lot of hurt. So we're on a huge map. It is game number 5, and I'm interested to see what the Terran players do. We actually see Bomber walling off for the first time ever. And that might be because TLO has tried just about every trick in the book except for a 6-pool. I have seen people 6-pool on this map. It does work sometimes. It's always kind of walling off. He's just not really walling off. Kind of surprised Bomber isn't going for a CC first, but once again, TLO has been very capable of going for crazy plays. I believe it looks like TLO was actually even going up for extra supply before he throws down. And he's going to go for the low ground first. I actually agree with this maneuver quite a bit because you can start moving your creep, you'll start defending here, and then you can move into this base and it's going to be fairly secure. He's going to be very happy to know that Bomber's on this side. That way, because I mean if TLO's on this side, this is an amazing drop point into the natural. Whereas on this side, it's kind of going right into where your army is rallying. So it gives him a little bit more flexibility. TLO is actually going up to 17 supplies. He's actually going for 3 hatch. Ah, TLO, you're awesome. Super good. He picked the right moment. Big risk. Final deciding map. Takes a big risk in playing for a CC first opening. No CCs. You have 3 hatch opening before pool. And he got his opponent to actually go for a barracks first wall off. And that's the beauty of having a completely unpredictable style, is you can get away with this stuff. Now the SCV is going to come in. I don't think it's seen that hatch yet. Now it's a gas in there as well. No, it's just canceling to get more. So we look at Bomber. We got Bomber's vision here. We're just going to see if he goes and checks out that 3rd hatch. You should have seen the delayed timing on that 3rd hatch. Yes. And no, he doesn't. He might be able to assume it's going down soon, but he did not see the really fast 3 hatches there. Not that I'm too sure what he would do instead. He is going for 3 racks. He did this in game number 1. It didn't work out for him. It's actually a reactor. I thought he might be going for a 3 racks combat shields timing. The Overlord should be pretty certain that there's an expansion over here. And now if we look at the actual units tab, Zerg's going to really start pulling away here, but what's really important for him now is scouting. He just wants to drone up like mad, but he wants to be able to know when he's going to be attacked. Even if it costs him an Overlord or a couple Lings, he's got to know when that's happening. Extra queens being made, I would assume pretty soon. And I'd like to see him start shifting that creep around pretty soon. It's going to be very important for him on this map, particularly if he thinks he's going up against a very bio-heavy style, because Bomber has not gone mech once. Factory is part of the wall off. It's worth doing that in case you get busted again. Sometimes it's nice to have more buildings there, but it's likely going to swap places. Maybe start pumping out extra Widow Mines, something like that. We're starting to see the Zerg player pull away in economy now, up by about 10 workers. There's no fast 3rd CC. And this is really telling from Bomber. He's loved to get that fast 3rd CC before these 2 racks. This is like the telling thing. It's something that I used to see Flash do all the time. He either would go for the really fast 3rd CC behind 1 barracks, or 3 racks into a factory. Now this 3-racks factory should allow him to put on a ton of pressure, but if it doesn't work out for him, he's going to be miles behind. Bangling nest is going down, Zergling speed more than halfway done. And neither player is worried about upgrades yet. No Evo chambers, no engineering bays. Bomber's going to be looking to do a lot of damage with this push here. There's going to need to be good creep spread and good Baneling hits to deal with this. There's not going to be anything to really deal with the Banelings. There's no Marauders to tank, no tanks to shoot, and no Widow Mines out on the map. But there's going to be lots of Hellions and Stimpak Marines. No, he didn't get Stimpak. Didn't he get Stimpak? I thought he was getting Stimpak. No, that's right, he got a reactor first. So it is a combat shields timing. He sees all of the Marines. He's making lots of lings, 2 crawlers. TLO is going to be fairly certain that all he needs to do right now is hold. If he can hold, he is going to be in a really great spot. Is it? He's turning around. Could have been a faker. There's always the opportunity to just fake out your opponent and make them make tons of units. I think that's what Bomber's doing, because maybe his push was a little bit later than he wanted, and because he got scouted. In the first game, he got scouted, and he just got turned around and got busted. In this game, it looks as though he's just using these to kind of patrol around. And then he'll move into his 3rd base. Spire on the way. There's the Evo chambers. We actually have a Spore going down. Where's the Spore going down? I thought I saw Spores going down. Perhaps I am high. Oh, there's a Spore. Good chunk of Hellions out on the map. There are lots of Lings and Banelings, though. The good thing from Bomber is that his little maneuver actually cut drone production for a while. Just now, TLO is starting to get back into it again. Creep spread's doing alright. A lot of Hellions out. He does not want to venture onto the creep too far. There's going to be lots of Zerglings here. Banelings, did they get Centrifugal Horks yet? I believe they did. Maybe. Well, let's check out that Baneling nest. It'll tell us. No, he did not. Hopefully he didn't forget about it. That is going to... There it is. I'll say that's very, very important for him. Creep has been pooped. TLO, every single game, has been super diligent in pooping his creep. Making sure that he delays things as long as possible. Just little tiny things to get him a lead. That's the beauty of the macro and micro mechanics that are TLO. Great at making sure he pays attention to the little things about his game. Would like to see him go for a 4th hatch or something pretty soon. Just because. Some units in position might be predicting a drop. Bomber has not done anything yet that would demonstrate such a thing. Both are spending their money very well. If we look at the workers count, TLO is still up by about 15. There are obviously triple orbital mules here, but the command center hasn't even landed yet. There we go. Push is coming across. Mutas are on the way. Centrifugal hooks will be finished up by the time this army gets there, though. Stimpak is about... It just finishes up. His 1-1's not far away. There are Widow Mines getting into position now. Good chunk of units here. Lots of Lings. The Lings don't have any upgrades right now. 1-1 is about to finish up just before the Terrans 1-1. Was checking to see if there's a base. There is not. We'll pick off the last little bits of creep over here. Surprised maybe TLO didn't go for a wraparound surround or something like that. Oh, good Baneling hits on some of those. Bomber's fighting on creep, and it's not working out well for him here. I think he lost all of his Widow Mines. There's the split. There's the big surround. That's a pretty big loss for Bomber, and he looks like he's going to lose his medevacs as well. Big hit for TLO. He's going to run back out here and start moving creep again pretty soon, I'm sure. And he's rallying in tons of Lings and Banelings across the map. TLO, he smells blood. He's going to want to put on some pressure. Pretty good Widow Mine hits there. Banelings get pretty good connections, but he's losing a lot of mutas in here. Once again, he's trading them for Marines. And not the most cost-effective way. Banelings hit Marauders. Gets their command center to lift. And this is how TLO took a huge advantage in game number 3 was being able to just deny the third base from getting up. Bomber was very delayed in getting that down and did not defend it very well after losing a lot of his army there. There's the creep moving again. 2-2 is on the way, more mutas. Once again, I would have expected to see a 4th hatchery by now, but TLO has been very good at just knowing when the right time is. Nice Widowmine trigger. Knowing when the right time is to expand. There it is. When you feel like he has map control, and when he's just not going to throw away free minerals to a drop. Just sending in a handful of units just to test the water. Wants to try and trigger some Widow Mines. No way! Bomber GG's out there. In game number 5. That blows my mind. I think the rest of this time is just for anti-spoilers. Crazy. And I mean, he was far behind. Oh, that's why. Let's just check that out. Yeah. So Bomber's down to 80 supply. He's mining off of 1 base. Great game and great series out of TLO. He played a fantastic series for that. Sego Starcraft, TLO is our victor. We'll talk with everybody soon.